Okay, so what I've got here is a fresh rebuild on a single overhead cam Ford 4.0. I've got an issue with the right side timing chain. As it turns around, the tensioner and guide assembly at the rear here seem to be binding, or otherwise they are becoming in and out of tension rapidly. I'll show you guys how that's working here. As I turn the engine, you'll see the tensioner on the side over here is snapping, I guess, back into position for whatever reason. I'm not sure, but when it does that, there's slack on the drive side or the tension side of the chain over here, which there should not be. Now, as soon as you put tension back on that chain again, see, it starts to pick up, and then the tensioner re-engages on the side. There's tension back on here, and it spins around again. But as it spins, it does that. And I've searched high and low, down in these holes, and everywhere. Of course, this is all new components, but I had the engine out, and I inspected everything, and everything was clean, and I can't visibly see anything, and I've tried different ways of installing and reinstalling the cam gear here with no results. But I can say that if I loosen the bolt back here and then I turn the engine, that this does spin freely with no problem at the tensioner at all. But as soon as it's starting to drive the cam, then that begins to happen. So I'm not certain if it's being caused by the valve tension or the springs here, and maybe the fact that I'm spinning it by hand and not actually being driven by the engine could be causing that. So I'm hoping that I can get some assistance and somebody can explain why that might be happening.